And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. Let's talk about TikTok tonight. 8 states, including Texas, is going after the social media platform by way of an investigation. They want to look into TikTok's effect on our youth, saying it's addicting and does damage mentally to young people. We ask our next guest, is there a valid case there?
Yeah, I mean, I think anybody who is a parent of a teenager or honestly even younger will probably agree with this. You know, I have a son and he spends a lot of time scrolling through TikTok. And I know lots of kids, parents of kids who have issues with this, and like you said, you look up and suddenly 30 minutes have passed, an hour has passed, and I think, kids in particular don't have kind of concepts of like impulse control and things like that. So, for them, once they're in, they're all in. And, you're right, it does become addicting and it gets in the way of everything else, quite honestly, at some point.
Todd, let's hear from you on this subject.
I think it's very addictive. I think that, the companies need to take responsibility without the government being involved in it, because I think anytime you have a lot of children who frequent your business or support your business, you have to be very cognizant of the impact that you have on those kids. And like you said, it's addictive for adults. I'm not addicted to TikTok, but Facebook, I'm on it all the time. I know that's for the old folks. YouTube, watching video, and I know
Todd, you on that with my grandmother.
Yeah, yeah. And I know how, and I'm addicted to YouTube videos like 90s R&B and hip hop, and I know the algorithm work. They'll always send you videos. Oh man, Jodeci. Okay, now Boyz II Men. Now, so I know how the algorithms can get you. But I think that as an adult, and like Joey, don't know how to necessarily turn it off. I don't want to. I'm misquoting him a little bit, but adults, we kind of know that everything you see on social media is not real. Like, I'm not going to post negative stuff about my family. I'm not going to post financial problems. I'm not going to post a raggedy car or something like that. So a lot of kids look at that like, well, I don't have my stuff together. You know what I mean? And it leads to mental health problems and social anxiety and depression and stuff like that. So I think companies have to be really cognizant of that impact. And adults do. Parents have to watch their kids. And I know it's harder being an adult back in my day, but when I was a kid, my parent could put me in front of the Cosby Show and I learned a lesson. But nowadays, there's so much out there to distract them and give them negative influence. So you have to really be cognizant of that when you're a parent as well.
And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. We're talking about the massive investigation launched against TikTok by attorneys general in 8 states, including Texas. They want to know how it's affecting kids and their mental status. Before the break, we started to talk about parents and what's their culpability. Where do they fold into all of this? Take a look.
As a parent, isn't it your responsibility and not TikTok with your child, because TikTok is designed to make money, it's designed to keep you on there. As a parent, is it your job to look out for your child's best interest?
Absolutely. I think a big part of it is the parent's responsibility to know what their kid is looking at, to set time limits, to set boundaries. I mean, those things, those things we're talking about right now in concept, a lot of times they're very hard to actually make happen in real life. If you have a kid, you know that. But yeah, you're right. I think the parent does have a big responsibility in this, as they do with anything. You don't let your kids do certain things, go out late at night, hang out with certain people, study at certain times. I think social media just needs to become one of those things that parents really have a grasp on and know what their kid is doing at all times.
And are we going in the right direction where we're treating a social media site, a platform, like an illegal drug or alcohol or something? Have the attorney, the investigators from the various attorney generals, have they gone too far with this? Where you're talking about a social media platform that you're now trying to treat like an illegal substance?
It's a catch-22 because it's obviously not an illegal substance. A lot of great can come out of this. A lot of people have made careers out of social media. A lot of people have connected with old friends. I've connected with old friends I hadn't seen since. So there are some great things about it, but it does have that addictive quality. It's not going to, it could destroy your life. I would say it wouldn't destroy your life like a drug or alcohol, but we talked about the depression earlier. We talked about the anxiety and the low self-esteem. When you're a child, you might think that your life is worse than it is. And you see a lot of kids suicide. So it's not a drug, but it is a drug. So just have to be aware of, like Joey said, parents have to do their job, but I think it's very difficult, and I'll get Joey's opinion on this, but you have to have your child have access to the internet because of the curriculum in school. Back then, if you could turn the television off, kids don't lose anything. That's just entertainment. But nowadays, you have to be connected to the internet. You have to be connected to social media just to learn. So it's a catch-22, like I said earlier. So it's like you're caught between a rock and a hard place right now as a parent and as a business, because what do? You have to have it. But at the same time, if you have too much of it, it can have some negative impact on your life.
And Joey, what about that point where we're treating now social media like an illegal substance in some cases?
Yeah, I mean, I think, when we talk about addiction just in general, not necessarily drugs or alcohol, addiction can be in regards to anything. And there are absolutely cases of social media addiction, people who literally can't stop scrolling through their phone. I think at some point, especially during the pandemic, it sort of exacerbated, right? Because we were not spending time with people. That was the way we were connecting with people, and kids in particular. Schools were virtual. They had nonstop access to iPads and computers and phones, and social media, like Todd said, is part of what you do at this point. It is entertainment, but it's also news and it's communication and it's, all these other things that I think have become a part of daily life. So, I do think thinking of this as an addiction is a viable thing, is a logical thing. It's a logical way to approach it.